The ability to lease a car for Uber through Fare is no more. Hello everyone, I'm going to try something a little bit different, but I'd say that this is fairly major breaking news. And it comes on the heels of the CEO's announcement that the era of growth at all costs is now over. Let's take a quick look at the main article. This article is from TechCrunch, Shrunken Unicorn Fare Cancels Car Leasing to Uber Drivers, by Josh Constein and Ingrid London, published February 6th, 2020. I'm not going to read over the whole article, but I am going to go over the parts that stick out. When Fare laid off 40% of its staff in October, CEO Scott Painter promised it wasn't shuttering leasing services to on-demand fleets. But just 1 week later, Painter was removed as CEO and replaced in the interim with Adam Heber, a CFA from Fare investor SoftBank. Today, according to two sources, Fare announced at an all-hands meeting that it would end its Fare Go program that helped Uber drivers lease cars. The program will cease in April. Uber now confirms the news to TechCrunch, and now Fare has directly confirmed the news to us as well. It's a very interesting development. I may unlist my Fare Uber car video, but maybe I'll just leave it up there because it was a snapshot of the time. It says here, due to an unexpected increase in insurance premiums that would have significantly raised prices for Fare's rideshare drivers, we will wind down our weekly rideshare service over the coming months, a spokesperson said. We are working to minimize the disruption for Fare's rideshare drivers, notifying these customers of the status of their subscription in the coming weeks. We are working closely with Uber and exploring options with third parties to provide alternative customer mobility options to ensure a seamless transition for them, as well as continuity in Uber's vehicle supply. We are thankful for our loyal Fare rideshare drivers and are disappointed we can no longer operate the business in a cost-effective way for our customers. Now it looks like there's some history here as far as how it started. And here's a very interesting paragraph. But Uber had sold the leasing program because it was unprofitable and adding to its losses at a tough time for the rideshare giant. As additional fees stacked up, Fare didn't fare much better operating it. A source tells us Fare Go was profitable. It was an important focus for the company as it retooled its subscription services for traditional drivers. Another source says at one point Fare Go was adding about 250 to 300 car leases per day and had thousands of active leases. 250 to 300 cars a day, thousands of active leases. If you are a driver and you're wondering why you're not getting as many pings as you normally would have, this is the reason why. And to be honest, it's actually pretty smart to not use your own vehicle to do this job. It turns out I might actually read most of this article. It's all fairly interesting. But Fare Go was facing higher insurance rates from carriers, which makes sense since Uber drivers can be on the road far longer than traditional car owners. Rather than trying to pass those fees along to drivers, many of whom are already cash-strapped, Fare told employees it would cease the lease to Uber drivers. That's a respectable choice, since it would have pushed Uber drivers into debt if they didn't fully comprehend what their total costs would be. Attempts to reach Fare for comment were complicated by many of its in-house PR team being hit with October's layoffs. An agency representative provided the statement above after publishing time. An Uber spokesperson confirmed the shutdown of Fare Go and their partnership, telling TechCrunch that unlocking options for vehicle access so drivers can earn with Uber remains a top priority. We're thankful for Fare's collaboration and their contributions to our vehicle rental program. We're continuing to invest in rental partnerships and building more flexibility beyond hourly, weekly, and monthly options available today. Uber tells me it remains committed to offering rental options to drivers through partnerships with Hertz, Avis, Zipcar, and Getaround, and they may be able to work with Uber drivers formerly leasing from Fare. And the rest of this article looks like it's just more background information that may or may not be relevant. It depends. I'll leave the link down below so that you can go ahead and read the rest of the article if you so choose to. But it looks like there's definitely a big shift as far as how Uber is going to plan to operate from this point on. They're not going to invest in programs that are costing them money, but it looks like they're committed to making sure that Uber Eats stays part of their core program. Now, what does this mean for the rest of the rideshare community? Who knows? I'm not sure. It depends if you were a Fare vehicle renter as well. But all of this might actually be due to the fact that they're going to be taking California to court later on this year. That takes time and that takes money. Very interesting quick news blurb, but rest assured, if there's anything major coming on the horizon that is going to directly impact a large number of you guys, I'm going to be talking about it. For those of you getting ready to go out to work, stay safe. Be good. Do well. Let's go make some money.